Hi everyone, this is Jenny. I'm going to show you how to create this flower daisy cutout granny square for the Solene Straw Hat pattern by me. The pattern will be linked down below if you're interested, but we are going to get started. I'm starting off with a 3.75mm hook, which is a F5 US for the US sizing metrics, and I have my raffia yarn, and we're gonna get started. So we are gonna make a slip knot, and once we have our slip knot, we are going to chain 8, and this will start us off with the center of the flower. Now we're done chaining 8, we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the chain 8, so slip stitching into the first stitch, and now we've made a circle. Now we are going to put 16 single crochets into this circle, so go all the way around and create 16 single crochets. Make sure that I have 16 single crochets. Once you finish, slip stitch into the first single crochet to join. And now we are going to chain right from there 8 to start our petals. Once you chain 8, slip stitch into the next stitch, and then we are going to slip stitch again into the next stitch and then chain 10. So right now we are creating our petals, which we are going to work in later on. So now I've chained 10, I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch. And then I'm going to slip stitch again into the next stitch and then chain 8. So we're going to work 8, 10, 8, 10 chains for each alternating petal. So here you can see we have finished 4 of the petals, and they are alternating from 8 chains to 10 chains, and we are going to work 4 more, so you will have a total of 8 petals. Okay, and this is where we are so far. We have 8 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have 4 longer ones and 4 shorter ones. Now, after that chain 8 and then the slip stitch, we're going to work straight away slip stitches into each of the petals. So we're back on the chain 8 petal, and we are working 13 single crochets into this chain 8 petal. And then once we get to the end, you'll see what we will do. Okay, so now we have 13 stitches. We're going to go into the circle and slip stitch. This is just connecting these single crochets into the whole piece. And now we go straight away single crochets into the chain 10. So we're doing 15 single crochets here. And we will do this all the way around. Don't forget, after you finish all the single crochets for the chain spaces, we slip stitch into the middle. And we are just going to keep working these single crochets all the way around into each chain space. And just remember the chain 8 spaces will have 13 single crochets, and the chain 10 spaces will have 15 single crochets. So now I have sped up a little bit, and we are on our last petal, which is a chain 10 space. So we're doing 15 single crochets into this one, and I will meet you at the end for the next steps. So we are finishing up our last few single crochets for this chain 10 space, and we're slip stitching into the middle again. And now we're going to start making the border square for the flowers, but this is what it should look like so far. And we're going to work up into the same flower petal into the single crochets now. So I'm chaining 1, and I'm going to slip stitch 6 stitches up this flower petal. Okay, once we have 6 all the way up, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we're going to put 3 single crochets into those 3 stitches. So 1, this should be the same stitch as the chain 1, and then 2 more. Now we will chain 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to count into the middle of the next petal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on that 6th stitch, you are just going to single crochet. So single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and single crochet 3 in total. So that should land in the middle. Then we're going to chain 2 again and go to the next corner petal. And we are going to single crochet 3 into this corner. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to chain 5, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th stitch we're going to single crochet 3 more times. And now we're back where we started, but this is what it should look like with 2 chains in between each petal, and then the corners being chains of 5s. So we're chaining 2 again, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 6th stitch, and 3 single crochets. Chain 2, and then on the 1, 2, 3, 4th stitch up, we are going to add 3 more single crochets. So for the middle stitches, it is the 6th stitch that you're going to work in, and for the side stitch, it is, or side petal, it is the 4th stitch. And then you're chaining 5 on the side petal, or corner petal, and then you will single crochet into the 4th stitch from where your work was. So just keep continuing this pattern all the way around. So now we are on the last petal, or right back to the beginning. So we're chaining 5. I was really almost about to run out of yarn here, but we got the chain 5, and we're just going to slip stitch back into that very first single crochet, and you can fasten off and cut your yarn after this. I had just the right amount of yarn, but this is the finished product. It's super feminine and dainty, and this is how you make the daisy motif cutout granny square. And if you're interested in my pattern for this, I made a Solene hat. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty, it's perfect for summer, and I just think it's actually adorable. Thanks for watching, everyone.